This year, the world quietly ran short of one of the most basic ingredients in modern technology. Not oil, not lithium. Memory. The chips that hold the data a computer is working on right now. In the first 3 months of this year, the price of everyday memory chips jumped about 90% in 1 quarter. The reason is simple. Artificial intelligence is now eating roughly 70% of all the memory the world can make. And here's the part that turns a squeeze into a story. You can't fix this fast. A new memory factory takes years to build. The industry's own leaders say real relief doesn't arrive until 2028. Until then, the smartest machines on Earth are fighting over a resource that's running out. To see why this is an opportunity and not just a problem, follow the money as it moves down. When AI started, everyone fought over the chatbots, the models like ChatGPT. Then the fight dropped to the chips that run them, and Nvidia became one of the most valuable companies on the planet. Now the scarcity has dropped one level further, to memory. Here's why memory suddenly matters so much. An AI chip is fast, but it's useless if it can't be fed data quickly enough. So engineers now stack memory chips into tiny towers and place them right next to the processor. The industry calls it high bandwidth memory. Think of it as building the fuel tank directly onto the engine, so the fuel never has to travel far. The investor Jordi Visser, former chief investment officer at Wise Multistrategy, has been blunt about this. He argues the real story underneath the whole AI boom right now is memory, a shortage with no clear line of sight on new supply until 2028 and beyond. And demand keeps stacking on top. Not just data centers, but phones, cars, and the first wave of humanoid robots, which he notes can carry 10 times the memory of a car. But here's the twist that creates the real opportunity. You can't magic new factories into existence. That part is slow. So instead of asking who makes the memory, ask a sharper question. What does every single memory chip need before it's allowed to ship, no matter which brand makes it? And the answer takes us back to an old idea. In a gold rush, the steady money isn't in the gold. It's in the picks and shovels everyone has to buy. In the memory rush, one of those shovels is testing. Because a chip that hasn't been proven to work is worth nothing. And proving it takes a very specific, very physical tool. Which brings us to the company at that exact step. Form factor. Most people have never heard of it. And that's the point. Form factor makes something called a probe card. Picture a precise bed of thousands of tiny needles that gently touches a chip while it's still on the wafer, sends signals through it, and checks whether it actually works before it's ever cut out and sold. Every memory chip gets tested this way. And here's the moat. A probe card is custom built for each specific chip design. And once a memory factory qualifies one into its line, switching is slow and risky. Form factor is the leader in this niche. As chips get more complex, each one needs more contact points and more testing. So demand rises with the very complexity that AI is driving. The numbers are already turning. In its most recent quarter, Form factor reported a record $226 million in sales, up 32% from a year earlier, driven mainly by demand for testing high-bandwidth memory. And it's guiding to another record in memory probe cards right now. The catalyst worth watching is the next memory generation, called HBM4. It's even harder to test than today's chips, which means even more of Form factor's tools per wafer, right as the shortage forces the industry to run flat out. Now the honest risk, because every deep dive has one. This is not a hidden gem anymore. The stock has climbed roughly 6-fold from its 52-week low and trades near an all-time high at a rich valuation. And this business rides the memory cycle. If AI spending on memory pauses, orders can turn lumpy fast. The market already sees the boom. What it may still be underrating is how long a shortage with no fix until 2028 can run. So what does this mean for you, watching from the outside? When you can't tell which memory maker will win the race, look at what all of them have to buy no matter what. That's the whole idea behind following the infrastructure. Own the toll booth, not the horse. And form factor isn't alone at this layer. The same thesis runs through the companies that inspect these stacked memory towers for defects, names like Chemtech, through the memory maker itself, Micron, and through the other mandatory test step, the burn-in specialists like Air. It's a whole test and inspection layer, not a single stock. Why now? Two reasons. First, the size of it. The market for high-bandwidth memory is expected to roughly triple from about $35 billion last year to $100 billion by 2028. That's bigger than the entire memory market was a couple of years ago. Second, the timing. Software is getting cheaper as AI models compete on price. But the physical stuff, the memory and the testing every chip must pass is getting scarcer and more valuable. And the fix is years away. The value is quietly rotating from the model layer to the memory layer. Last week, Entegris, the purest liquid in tech. Tap it below, follow the infrastructure and subscribe for the next ticker. TCKR is independent media. This is not financial advice.